And you already know where we are. It's crazy how on a Saturday you got to look at the traffic report at least every 5 minutes before you head in this direction. Why? Why have we come to this point in this world of ours? You're gonna say try riding around in New York, where it's like this 24/7, 3 o'clock in the morning. New Jersey, Los Angeles. Hey, check this out. We're practically smack dab in the middle of this thing, right behind the boat ramp. Probably about 250 feet off the boat ramp. Someone's loading up their boat right now. But I just stuck the paddle in. Get a load of this. Look at that. We're already hitting the bottom, man. That joker is only about maybe 3.5 feet deep, and we're about 250 feet off the boat ramp. Man, that's crazy. I thought it was going to be at least 9 feet deep right up in here. Man. Now we know not to be afraid out here. You know, all you gotta do is just stick the paddle in to tell the truth. So when boats come riding by real fast, and we get them waves all the time out here, right in the middle of it all, if we were to flip over, we're only going up past the knees a little bit. Sturdy grounds to stand on. Just know about that. Yeah, it's another blessed day out here. Boat ramp's gonna be closing up on Monday, I think. No, Tuesday. Closing on Tuesday, man. These are gonna be my last times out here. I think today's gonna be my last time out here. But what am I gonna be doing today? Keeping that promise. Got about 10 bags, 11 bags behind me, empty. 32-gallon trash bags. It's not like I have to paddle 15 miles today, back and forth. I'm practically just gonna be on the other side of the boat ramp all day today. Trying to get the feel in before they lock this joker up. Loading a whole bunch of bags up. Let's see if I can get it in 10 today. I don't know if it's gonna be that much. I haven't really looked up in here. But I know it's gonna be at least 5. For real. Let's go ahead and clean this place up before they lock the gate up. Get ready for next spring when they open it back up. I'm coming over here to try to see what this thing is all about. Thought it might have been a bottle or something bobbing up and down. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. You know, this is that time of year that they start to lower the waters way down low. Why do you think it was only about 3.5 feet deep? 250 feet off the boat ramp. Things like this will start to appear over time and be fully exposed. See, we don't have to go far today. I don't know if I can say lucky us. There's nothing wrong with going far, but there is something wrong with going too far. Yeah. I think the last time I looked up in this joker, I was kind of depressed. Waters were too deep to get in. This was back in like late April, I think it was, maybe early May. And I took a peek in when the waters were probably 4 feet deeper, 5 feet deeper. And look at it now. It's almost as if we can get in any place. I bet there's probably 2 bags worth up in here. Ain't nothing like cleaning heavenly places. Yeah, that's a couple of bags right there, maybe a bag and a half. Depends on the size of everything. I like the fact that it kind of like goes up steep up in here, which means not a lot of stuff can get piled up the higher it gets, you know. Yeah. Really humid. Storm last night for about 30 seconds, maybe 30 minutes. Got to keep a lookout for the snakes out here. I mean, when I came out here and assessed this place back in late April, early May, I was practically floating up right up in here and could see it all. At least there's a log here that keeps everything at bay, you know, most of it anyway. I like it when the laws of nature place the logs like this, the big ones, and things get pushed over, but they can't drain backwards, so they get stuck up in here. See, the laws of nature, they try to hold on to things so you can come out and get it, so it doesn't get spread out even more. Hey, there's a hat. What does that one say? Probably Georgia Department of Natural Resources. Great Smoky Mountains National Park, established 1934. That looks recoverable, guys. Cotton is nature. Got to keep a lookout for the broken glass. There's a lot of rocks up in here. Bedrock. Thought I saw something. Bottom of a jar. Flipped upside down. Don't we know our patterns? Time to start cleaning. Can't leave it behind as a mess. Little bit of a misjudgment. Got at least half a bag just in front of this giant log alone. So there could be probably 3 bags worth up in here. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it all. I see plastic things up in that big ditch. Wonder how it got that far up there. Maybe the wildlife dragged it up there, because I know I cleaned this joker out last summer. But this is how high the waters get about February, March, until they drop them back down just enough before April, opening day out here. It's always got to be one of these jokers up here. There's a tire. Still has the rim on it. Wheelbarrow. Gee, man, I'm trying to climb this hill, man. I'm trying to get this thing. It doesn't belong here. What a beautiful place, though. I say that about every place. A styrofoam cup hanging off the edge. Beautiful. And it's about to look even better. Looking a whole lot better. It's almost like everything is gone the way it was meant to be. No garbage up in here. 3 bags, perfect timing, perfect amount. 3 bags at 3 o'clock. Still plenty of time. Beautiful. Welcome to heaven. Got to get this stuff across the river. Load it up in the vehicle and keep on going. It's going to be zigzagging through this thing all day today. Going to be filling her up. But here's what I recovered. You know, there's always a bunch of little trinkets and stuff that we can indulge in, I guess. Got some kind of lighted, you know, little fishing device here. I guess we're going to have to call it a device. It's got flashing lights on the inside. You know, lure, fishing lure. Got that thing. Some kind of burned character. A number 9 or a number 6. Looks like it came right off my kayak. Yeah. And then a couple of these little cool looking things. Mostly just garbage. I just thought it was cool. This little thing right here. And then this weird thing right here. It's an egg, like a decorative egg. Hard plastic. Cool. Wonder what's going to be in the next spot. What the heck is going on here? That's no boat. I ain't never seen anything like this. Right on top of the river. Beautiful. Dang, would you look at that? Beautiful scenery up in here. But you know the routine. 1 on the front and 2 on the back. Oh, dang. I do this every single time. At least I'm tipping on about maybe 210 bags over the course since about last summer. Getting this place cleaned up. Where's that helicopter now? Poor little guy. They're trying to hide from us. I'm trying to get up so I can get this bottle up here on the lip of the land over here. There they go. Little water snake, no big deal. We almost intersected each other. Well, we kind of did. Let me go and get out, get that thing up here. What a blessed day for real. Blessed with the weather. Blessed with the season. Blessed with the warmth. even though it's a little bit toasty. Blessed with the ability to come out and clean. Got to get this party balloon. Get on the other side of this thing. I doubt there's going to be more than 6 bags in these last couple of backup zones since I cleaned them so well last year. We might be surprised though. Let's hope it's not going to be 4,000 pieces of little shards of pot. No. Come on, talking about. You already know where my mind is. Yeah, little shards of styrofoam. That was a headache. That's what kept us backed up in the last spot where we got them 3 bags worth, man. Because Mama always taught us. And now these days, it's Mother Nature and Father Nature that have taught us to get every little piece. Now isn't that better? It's always going to be getting better. Yeah, I think we're going to be into something later on. Once again, it's brewing all around us. Might be hitting on about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock when it rolls in. That is, if it really does. No matter what, I'm going to enjoy the time that we have out here and still keep working. No matter what happens, it's always beautiful. Now you already know where we got to check. Behind the log. Thought I got it all last year. Well, I know I did. Doesn't mean there's not going to be any more. Who knows? We might be blessed so much that there's nothing out here at all behind this log. If you know what I mean. Any large, long ones? Well, there's a few pieces of styrofoam. Got to grab the grabbers. Yeah, it's nothing but styrofoam up in here. We're still going to get it, though. We get everything, don't we? Finally made it to the second inset. About to clean this heavenly place up. There's probably about a bag's worth, maybe. I see a lot of big plastic things up in here. Maybe the Department of Natural Resources comes up in here and cuts the branches and stuff. There's evidence that someone's been cutting. But there's also going to be evidence that someone came out to clean it up. And that will be us. I'll tell you what though, it definitely helps to clean it right the first time. There's probably only about a half bag's worth of garbage up in here. Thank the Lord for that. But if I can get 6, we'll be good to go. There's a lot of booming going on in the horizon. Sounds like they're setting off fireworks. Because someone's cleaning heaven. But I know I'm not the only one though. I'm not. Well, at least let's hope I'm not the only one cleaning heavenly places. I know it's a different kind of job. It is Labor Day weekend. Last thing people want to do is to be picking up garbage. But I guess that's why I'm here. So others can take the time off. This is when you know things are balanced so perfectly, even though it has to do with garbage some of the time, you know. Almost a complete bag. But everything's missing. Everything's taken out. Except for one thing that's going to fill this trucker up. Everything is balanced. Two down. One to go. No cool discoveries in this one. No recoveries. Just a bunch of garbage. And that's just fine. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have said that earlier when I said a misjudgment. I forgot. There's two spots left. They're back to back, right next to each other. I guess, which is a good thing. How do I get myself into cleaning heavenly places? So far, I don't see Jack. Well, take that back. I see about 5 things up in here. Let's go and get it. Probably might take about 10 minutes. Like I told you in the last one. Ain't nothing like getting it done right the first time. Hardly anything up in here. About dang time I did something right. Man. Almost clean as a whistle, and I haven't even gotten started yet. Let's go ahead and grab it. Well, that took a little bit longer than I expected. And it was a little bit more than I expected. Practically a full bag's worth up in here. That's not a bad thing. Getting closer to that goal. Now we're up to 5. Who knows what's going to be in the next one though. Probably a lot more than I expect. Or what I think it's going to be like. Dang, man. Where did it all come from though? I don't think it was here last time, but it was right on the surface. Another heavy bag. At least we're cleaning it up for real. Running way behind. I didn't know it was going to take this long. 6 o'clock. Day's practically over with. But this is what I came out here for though. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show you the things that I've recovered. The cool things in the batch. Little shovel, got 2 more lures. And I think I got, hold on. Some cool objects up in here. Don't know what I'm going to do with them though. Could be used for a geocaching box. But the star of the show is BAM! Another little character to add to the stash. Very cool. Save them. $6:24. I think I got plenty of time to finish up. There's a lot of BS up in here. A lot of tiny things in this one. Still going to get it all. Don't know how far it's going to go back though. Got to take a look at that in a minute. But it's kind of filled up. The reason I haven't started filming until now is because there's a dude over here fishing. He's like right around the corner. He doesn't have a boat or a kayak. I think he parked on the hill over here where there's like a little jut out spot on the other side of the bridge where people park. And then he walked all the way around through the woods to get this far. So I'm going to try to stay away from him. That's why I'm on this side. Cool. Let him get to fishing. And we'll get to cleaning. Starting to get back up in this thing. Trying to get all the garbage before it reaches the Headley zone up in here. I highly doubt the water's got that high in less than a year. Who knows when they're going to get that high again. Let's hope it stays clean if it does. But the way things are these days, that might be nearly impossible. It's almost like we need to have a bunch of caregivers for Mother Nature. Round-the-clock care. Well, it's my last time out here, and I don't want to go. It's almost like I never want to go. Time to close up shop for the season until April. Ain't nothing like cleaning heavenly places. When you do so, you grow to love places like this. And it makes you want to stay within it. Helps you to keep coming back. And this is my final time out here. For this year, that is. Final piece. For this year, that is. Got 6.5 bags. And they weigh a ton. Well, 6.5 bags for today. We got 3.5 to get back. Da Vinci style. Beautiful. Last sunset that we're going to be witnessing for 2024 out here in this zone. At least I got a couple months of cleaning in. Community service for heavenly places. About 35 bags. Not nearly as much as it was last year. Over 170. So we topped 200. We topped 200. Take that back. One last piece. It's been here for a while. Wonder what it looks like. Da Vinci style. Last paddle back to the boat ramp. Knox Bridge, 2024. Closing the boat ramp in a few days. Going to have to wait until the first week of April to come back out. Assess the location when that time comes. See how Mother Nature is holding up in this part of the world, you know? See how she's holding up. Hopefully there's not going to be too much of a pile up out here. What a heavenly place it is. I always love it. And I don't mind cleaning it either. No matter how far I gotta go. It needs to be cleaned up. Janitor of heavenly places. You guys crazy. Last scrape, I'm gonna be here and out here until April of 2025. How emotional it can be. Just like when I first set the kayak in. First time every single spring. There's nothing like that either. Had a great time cleaning. Got about a month and a half in. 6 weekends. Even during heavy rainstorms, I tried to clean. Got out another 35, 40 bags. And I'm well past 200 up in this place. More than 7 miles of the banks. That's a lot of bags. It's a lot of adventure. A lot of heavenly cleaning for real. See you later. Let's get this garbage out of here. Welcome to heaven.